Hi, I'm Rebecca McLaughlin-Eastham in Dubai. Welcome to this special edition of Business Line, coming to you from a brand new area in the Emirates, which is currently under construction in the desert of the UAE.
This is the site of World Expo 2020, which will open its doors a year from now, marking the very first event of its kind to take place in the Middle East. Organisers hope it will attract close to 12 million foreign visitors, and it's expected to add more than 30 billion euros to the UAE's economy.
192 countries will participate in the 6-month-long event, and more than 80 nations have already opted to build their own pavilions. Now, the major construction work has been completed, and as we'll find out in this report, the project has also reached a major milestone.
A moment years in the making, the crowning of the dome that will be the very epicenter of Expo 2020, measuring 130 meters wide and over 67 meters tall.
We had the best team from all over the world, from engineers, from contractors, from specialists to do this entire process. We have achieved something that really puts a new iconic and landmark to Dubai.
But while the architecture undoubtedly is bold, the idea behind the 724,000 cubic meter structure is inspired by everyday life.
When we presented the project, we defined it as the room or the living room for Expo. You compound that by presenting a 360-degree, completely immersive experience that is both visible from the inside and the outside, because the fabric is fiberglass and transmits light. That is extraordinarily unique. The technology behind it is special. It's never been done before.
And the project has so far come in under budget, which HSBC previously valued at 6.2 billion euros. While some cities haven't always seen enough long-term benefits from hosting an expo, Dubai could be the exception. Global consultancy firm Ernst & Young predicts the event could add 1.5% to the UAE's annual GDP.
We are planning for 25 million visits. To make 25 million visits concrete, that is like taking the whole population of a country like Australia, visiting one destination in a 6-month period. That's our level of ambition.
And with the eyes of the world watching, Dubai looks set to pull it off.
Dubai clearly has huge ambitions when it comes to Expo 2020, but what are the business benefits for the participating countries? Well, we took the view of New Zealand's Commissioner General to find out why his country was betting big on Expo.
Clayton, Kimpton, thank you so much for joining us. There are 192 countries who are going to be coming to Dubai for Expo. How is New Zealand going to stand out?
Well, we see ourselves as creative, innovative, looking for solutions to problems that are good for the world.
And there's also a rich kind of heritage and history of New Zealand that's explored throughout those themes.
That's right. We've made sure that our Indigenous people, the Maori, the values that they bring are at the core of what we do. We're not just a country that looks after the environment. We see that the environment and people are inextricably linked. And if we look after each other, that will be good for future generations.
But your biggest trading partners are Australia, America, and Japan. You know, what scope does an event like this bring to take that further?
Well, trade is incredibly important to New Zealand. And whilst those countries you mentioned, and China and the US are very big trading partners, we're not leaving all our eggs in one basket.
Well, the UAE is your 10th largest trading partner. How are you looking to develop that relationship and strengthen it moving forward?
The UAE is important not just for what we sell here, but for the re-export into North Africa, into Central Asia and Europe. So we want to see that really develop and grow. There are already a number of New Zealand companies here, and we want to see that grow as they set up much larger head offices here, regional offices, to re-export what they make.
So dairy products, meat and wine are some of your biggest exports. What other avenues and areas of industry, you know, say technology, will you be looking to push further?
We have a very big film production industry, which is massive. The IT sector, health, education, technology, and we want to see those grow. We don't want to see the others diminish, but we're looking to be able to really push those other areas as well. We believe New Zealand comes up with amazing solutions that are not only good for us, but are good for the world. And that's what we're going to bring to Expo.
And finally, hosting a World Expo goes far beyond just creating a successful event. It's all about building a lasting legacy.
Expo 2020's legacy is inherent to the project and is embodied through the post-Expo plan for the site, in which 80% of the built environment will be retained for District 2020, a state-of-the-art city within a city.
Is basically we're building a site that will host an event during its during the beginning of its life, and after that it's transformed into this ecosystem that brings startups and big companies, conglomerates, and R&D facilities together to create a Silicon Valley-like environment.
Expo is being built in a free zone, an area with its own legal jurisdiction, making it easier for international companies to set up and operate there.
So currently, the biggest industries that drive growth in Dubai and the UAE are the real estate, logistics, travel, and education. Now, as we move into the future, those will still be the biggest, but also you'll include industries like artificial intelligence, big data, and IoT that's going to mix with that.
The global projects are being enhanced through Expo Live, a €90 million programme supporting creative projects that champion sustainability and match up to Expo's themes of connecting minds, creating the future.
So it's preparing for the future and ensuring that our Expo, the 6 months that's going to happen here, also highlights the importance of living a sustainable life, governments arriving at sustainable policies, businesses attracting and transforming themselves to a more sustainable business practices, all the way from plastic to the way we build a particular site, the way we run a city through the use of technology.
Expo 2020 is already turning heads on the global stage. A host of big players have already committed to bankrolling projects for the main event and legacy stage.
So Siemens has decided to set up their logistic global hub here at District 2020 after the Expo's over. So has Accenture to form an innovation hub, and we recently announced a collaboration with Atlas Capital. And we continue as part of our legacy strategy and our District 2020 strategy to speak to markets and companies to set shop here.
So it seems Dubai is pulling out all the stops to ensure that Expo 2020 lays the groundwork for its future while providing a blueprint for cutting-edge sustainable development.
Well, that's all that we have time for in this special edition of Business Line with me, Rebecca McLaughlin-Eastham. Be sure to join me again next time for a roundup of the biggest business and investment stories from around the globe. I'll see you then.